Good morning, Unity. Good morning, everyone on the live stream. As we continue our journey in this 7-week series on the wisdom of Gandhi. And so we invite you to join in as you feel that you can with this song inspired by the teachings of Gandhi. 2, 3, 4. Om Amen. Shalom. Shalom. Be the change we wish to see in the world. Be the love we wish to feel in our lives. See the one spirit in every path of faith. Celebrate our unity. Be the change to see in the world. Be the love we wish to feel in our lives. See the one spirit in every path of faith. Celebrate our unity. Be the change you wish to see. The love you want to feel. You gotta sing it. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be the love you want to feel. Be the change. Be the love. Sing it with us. Be the change. Let's hear from Paul. the change. Be the love. Be the love. Be the love. Be the change.
Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see all of you. Thank you so much for being here. And it's time for us to bless these beautiful children. So if you'll repeat after me. We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
And we behold the divine spark within each and every one of you.
And we behold the divine spark within each and every one of you.
And we love our children. They are our future. They bless us with their presence, and it's so good to see them all. As the numbers grow, I am so happy to notice. Yes. So I'd like to invite Geneva up to light our candle today.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to dedicate this candle lighting to all of us who are dealing with mental health issues or brain disorders. May we all find compassion.
Thank you, Geneva. In case you didn't know, she's one of our long-term board members. Thank you for that service. So be the change, as the song invited us. Let's take that thought into prayer this morning. As we invite that into our consciousness, guided by Spirit, feel free to close your eyes, turn inward. Whatever's on your mind, leave it at the door. It'll still be there when you're ready to exit. But treat yourself to a time of inward journey, introspection, knowing who you are. Step into the silence within and hold attention in stillness. And in the world outside, you will ably master the 10,000 things. Those are the words of the wise Lao Tzu from the Tao Te Ching. And so it is. Amen. Well, you notice this little orange card in your handout today. So we are honoring Satyagraha, and the color for that is orange. And this will be the only time you will see me in orange. Just so you know, this is leftover from the last time we did the 7-week series. And it will go hiding again until I need it again. Who knows how many years from now? It is not my best color. Next week, the color will be red. So let's take a look at what we know about orange. It is your second chakra. Your lower abdomen, your sacral area, stands for creativity and passion. And we have more information about what it means spiritually. It symbolizes renunciation, purity, and enlightenment, particularly in Eastern religions where monks wear orange robes. It also represents vitality, energy, and transformation, bridging the gap between the spiritual and material worlds, and is associated with themes of courage, compassion, and divine presence. Thank you, Sherry Lady. She looked that up for me. What are friends for? And it shows up in Buddhism, as I said, the orange robes of monks. In Hinduism, it's the sacred color representing the divine purity, fire, and is believed to burn away impurities. In Christianity, it represents fire and Holy Spirit. And in some modern Jewish traditions, an orange on the Passover Seder plate symbolizes the inclusion of marginalized groups, representing a rejection of the idea that certain people are less valuable. How is that in keeping with Gandhi? Go Gandhi. All right. So if anybody is new to us today, perhaps you've already received a welcome packet, and if you haven't, please raise your hand and the ushers will find you. I see a hand over there. On the front is a little name tag. If you'll put your name on there, another hand right here, then we can identify you after the service so that you can join us for some refreshments at the sunflower table. And we would love to greet you. We welcome you, we love you, and we are so glad you are here with us today. And that is enough from me. And now, announcements.
Wow, I love that I get intro music. Good morning. Thank you, Inga. That was really interesting about the color orange. That's my sweetheart's favorite color. And I would say that John, our bass player, is the most spiritual today. That's awesome. I love that shirt. Okay, these are the new and improved announcements. A one page. Gina kind of trimmed them down. So then there are some things that are every week I may not mention. So please check your bulletins. And the website has a great calendar. The website's looking great if you haven't been there lately. I like this. Today is a new day. We've never seen this one before. I like that. Okay, reminders. Please make sure your cell phones are on silent mode so they don't ring during the service. If you're not sure, you can mute it and turn down the volume or turn it off. Here it says right here. I already said it, but make sure to check your handout for other important events. For the rest of the month, see our October bulletin. Today, join us for soup in the fellowship hall after the service. If you can bring a pot of soup on a Sunday, please sign up in the fellowship hall. And if you're new, there's a table out there to sign up for activities. There's some forms on that. After the service, Unity Bookstore sale in the foyer and bookstore, which we've already seen. Come and check out a variety of books for sale at ridiculously low prices. There's some really beautiful books out there for $2 and $3, so please check that out and buy one if you're interested. Lots of other treasures await you as well. We also have some copies of Gandhi, the Man, which is a perfect supplement to our 7-week series on Gandhi. Alrighty, Tuesday, the Behind the Lens seminar movie at 7 o'clock is The Seventh Seal. And I talked with Tom a little bit about this, see if I can read my writing. He said it's a medieval historical fantasy about a knight returning from the Crusades who challenges death to a game of chess on the beach. There's a lot more than that. He said it was deep but funny. It's challenging, entertaining, and gorgeous. So come check that out on Tuesday at 7, and Tom will give you a lot more information about it. It's $30 for the series or $5 each time. Next Sunday with Reverend Inga takes a look at Yield and Prevail. Cool. Alrighty, upcoming Friday, October 31st, Halloween with Unity from 5:30 to 7. We'll have a light dinner from 5:30 to 6, followed by games, craft, gift items to purchase, a hallway of horror for adults and teens, Day of the Dead presentation, and live music and crafts, as well as trunk or treat in the parking lot at 7 p.m. I think we're going to have people's car trunks, set up and decorated, and the kids can kind of go around and do trunk or treating. I like that. Let's see. Also, if you're able to volunteer for this event, please sign up out in the fellowship hall. And now we have an announcement from Laura.
Yeah, thank you, Donovan. I am here to announce that our nonprofit organization, Connecting from the Heart, is sponsoring an activity next Sunday after the service. We go every other month to the Santiam Correctional Facility, and we present beautiful workshops of mental wellness education, therapeutic music, and meditation. And we've developed really strong bonds with these young men. Most of them are at the end of their sentence. They're about to go back out into freedom. And we are offering you, as an inspiration of our congregant, Wendy Harris, we are offering you an opportunity to write a message of love and encouragement on a piece of paper, like a heart. And that's going to be an activity taking place in the garden room after the service next week. And then the next time we go to the prison, we'll share these messages from our congregation to the incarcerated people that are there. And I cannot tell you what a difference this makes in their lives. It is such a beautiful experience. We have several volunteers from our congregation, including Betsy and Joe and Joyce Asham and Alice, that go with us when we do this. And it's an incredible life-changing experience for us and for them. So please consider doing that. And now I'd like to invite Katie to tell us about our sing-along and invite the singers up to the platform. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. And just to tag on with the announcements, my choir's starting today, and so if anyone's interested and just wants to come and check it out, you're welcome to come today at 2 o'clock in the Treehouse Room and sing with me for a little bit. So now we're going to do the sing-along. So this is an original song I wrote, and I think what's best is for me to teach you the sing-along parts before we start. So.
Repeat after Kate.
That's not. Okay. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. Let's try it together. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. Sounds good. Now listen. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. Let's do it together. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. Good job. Next line, my turn. The truth, show me the way. Give me the courage to say. Let's do it together. The truth. The truth, show me the way. Show me the way. Give me the courage to say. Then we do that again. The truth, show me the way. Give me the courage to say. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to do the song. Here we go. There's a truth living inside me. There's a truth I will abide. There's a truth living outside me. A truth I will not hide. Here we go, everybody. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. Now the truth. Here we go. The truth. Show me the way. Give me the courage to say. The truth. Show me the way. Give me the courage to say. Now we do may the truth. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. May the truth be the guide. May it shine outside me, a truth I will not hide. Here we go, may the truth.
May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light.
The truth.
The truth. Show me the way. Give me the courage to say the truth. Show me the way. Give me the courage to say
Everybody.
May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light. May the truth be the guide. May it shine bright. May the truth guide the light.
Yeah, thank you for singing with me.
Good morning, good morning. This is the time we have for meditation. And this meditation today is from Jack Kornfield. It's excerpt from a meditation of mindful, loving awareness. So please join me in this meditation. If you like, you can close your eyes. And when we speak through this meditation, we speak quietly to ourselves, and that'll be self-evident as we get into it. So, for the first thing, let's just take a nice deep breath. Sense this tender and loving body you've been given. You can say thank you for carrying so much for me. And wrap your body in compassion and kindness for all that it carries all the time. And again, say thank you. I'm okay, and you can relax. Then feel your body respond to you and relax. Now bring the same mindful and loving awareness to your heart. Your heart carries so much: fears, longing, the grief and pain of loss, the love, vision, and connection of the Spirit, also anger and hope and tenderness and trauma. Now wrap your arms around your heart with compassion. Hold it with tender, loving kindness, and let it be just as it is. Say thank you, dear heart, for carrying so much. You amazing, vast heart, thank you. I'm okay for now, and you can rest. And feel your heart respond with a tender kindness and gratitude. Now bring this same tender awareness to your mind. This ball of energy, of plans and remembering, thinking, imagining, strategizing, and figuring out the stories, the words, all of it. And feel this energy as a field of movement, aliveness, so busy. And now imagine you can wrap your arms around this mind with compassion and breath. And again, breathe. Take a breath. Now hold your mind with respect and tenderness and say thank you. Thank you for trying to protect me in all of these ways. Thank you. I'm okay for now. And let your mind relax into this space of loving awareness. Notice that you have become the loving awareness itself. You are not your body, not the emotions or thoughts. You are consciousness itself. Consciousness that has been aware of this body and all the dimensions of the heart, all thoughts of the mind. You are the consciousness, the field of loving awareness. You are the witness, timeless, spacious, peaceful. And let this vast consciousness, this space of timeless awareness of who you are, and be now like a lighthouse for all the beings that get caught up and forget who they really are. And send them the same tenderness and compassion and the same vast openness, loving awareness, and consciousness that you are. You are in a shared field of love without boundaries. Rest in it. Trust it. It is your home. Namaste.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only There is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what a touching, deeply moving voice you have, Donovan, and the music. I'm just with renewed appreciation for orange. I wore orange too. And some of you I see did. It's not my favorite color to wear either, but so I identify with that, Inga. But a renewed appreciation for the energy represented by orange, coming between the spiritual and the worldly realms. And nowhere does that become more clear than in the music, in the original music, the songwriters, the music played and sung here every Sunday. So thank you for all of you for just setting this spiritual space so warmly and touching. Yeah. And for the teachers here at Unity that preceded me on this 7-week journey into Gandhi's message, Sherry, Lady, and also John in the last 2 weeks. Thank you for setting the tone and the stage for what I'm about to share today. So I'll begin with a little bit of a twist on Gandhi that I think will have some pertinence to understanding, to bringing and offering a lens for what's going on and what we see in the world today, the forces. Because Gandhi wasn't just conducting a science of the heart and the science of his own life. He says, his own autobiography refers to his life being a series of experiments in truth. But he was also conducting experiments not just in his own life as a biography, but on the larger world. What moved history? How did spirit interact with history? And he wanted to tap into not the forces that are within all of us that hold us and ground us into the earthly realm, but the same forces that rise up in us, compelling us to rise into the spiritual realm. He wanted to understand how those forces are at work in the human being, not just in our hearts, but in history. So It's kind of what I'm going to talk about. And after yesterday's largest single protest event in American history, unbelievable, over 7 million people peacefully voicing a deeply passionate truth for them to reshape and open hearts in the world. That is phenomenal. And that same lens that Gandhi was developing to understand his times, I think has applicability today. And I hope you'll see some of the connections that I'm going to draw in this story about Gandhi and his teachings on Satyagraha. When Mohandas Gandhi stepped off the ship in South Africa in 1893, think about that, that's a ways ago. He was a timid young man and lawyer carrying a first-class ticket and a British education into South Africa. By the time he returned to India 2 decades later, he had become the architect of a new kind of revolution, one that turned the moral logic of power inside out. His journey from fear to fearlessness, from anger to compassion, was not just a private awakening, but a discovery of what he called Satyagraha, the truth force, the soul force inherent in every human being. His journey, and through this discovery on this journey, he sought to show that love and truth, when disciplined and organized, are greater sources of power than violence or coercion. This was just core to his message. Eknath Easwaran, who wrote the book, and many other great books, by the way, Gandhi the Man, writes that Gandhi called his, quote, experiments with truth. He referred to his life as experiments with truth because every day Gandhi tested how far love could go in the work of human affairs. In those experiments, he found that moral force could move history as tangibly as armies, not through domination, but through a kind of conversion of the heart. His life became a living laboratory of that discovery. Next slide, please. The seed of Satyagraha was sown in the crucible of racial injustice in South Africa, where Gandhi began his career as a newly trained lawyer. And in 1893, shortly after arriving, Gandhi was thrown from a train for refusing to move from a whites-only compartment. His experience with that humiliation was not merely a personal affront, but it was a revelation of humanity's deeper bondage to fear. And he said, "My active nonviolence began from that day." He resolved not to return humiliation with humiliation or violence with violence, but to confront injustice by appealing to the conscience of both oppressor and oppressed. Passive resistance, he wrote about, he says, this was too weak a phrase. Instead, he coined Satyagraha, Satya being truth, Agraha being firmness, and signifying, as he said, quote, the force which is born of truth and love, or nonviolence, end quote. And Satyagraha, he explained, is not just physical force, it is both truth force and soul force. They're the same, two were the same. And the aim, to continue the quote, the aim of Satyagraha is not to destroy the wrongdoer, but to destroy the wrong. Next slide, please. Yeah. Truth force works not to transmute what he called duragraha, which is this obstinate, coercive, and ultimately self-defeating force of threat, right? Which is this energy that holds us in the earth and holds us into worldly affairs and relationships out of a kind of impulse to dominate. So he juxtaposed duragraha with Satyagraha. Where duragraha humiliates, Satyagraha restores dignity. Gandhi wrote, duragraha is blind resistance based on ill will. Satyagraha is firm resistance born of love. These two forces of power collide throughout history and in our lives, in our hearts. But informed by his experiments in love, Gandhi orchestrated, this is what was brilliant, orchestrated collisions of these forces between, of course, in this long struggle for Hind Swaraj, right? India's independence from the British Empire. So he orchestrated the collision of these forms of power. And he recognized nuance as well. And this is an interesting quote I'll throw out. Somebody may want to ponder on this. He says, "My nonviolence does not admit of running away either from danger and leaving dear ones unprotected. Between violence and cowardly flight, I can only prefer violence to cowardice." So he had a very nuanced, it's really worth exploring his story on that. It's powerful. Before Gandhi could challenge the violence of the British Empire, however, he had to confront the violence within himself. And Gandhi's disciplines, celibacy, diet, prayer, long walks, and meditation, were not just ascetic habits. They were instruments of mastering desire and fear. The tendencies in the world, the twin forces of coercion, the twin roots of coercion. So he wrote, "We but mirror the world. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies of the world would also change." This, he believed, was the foundation of Satyagraha, that the social conflict is a projection of inner conflict, and that to heal the world, we must also reorder the self, and then continue to do both, improving the self and the world. For Gandhi, this inner conquest took the form of ahimsa, which John talked about last week, non-harm. And not just abstaining from violence, but purifying one's motives, until even anger could be transformed into compassion. And it's in that alchemy that lies this true meaning of soul force, the power released when the human heart becomes transparent to truth. Gandhi wrote, "Nonviolence is not a garment to be put on and off at will. Its seat is in the heart, and it must be an inseparable part of our being." Next slide, please. Having discovered the inner mechanics of nonviolence, Gandhi applied them to the world. Satyagraha became a political expression of a spiritual set of principles. It was a revolution also in the grammar of power, struggle without hate, resistance without vengeance. By refusing to obey unjust laws while accepting the consequences, the Satyagrahi, this is the person who's practicing Satyagraha, exposes injustice without initiating violence or imitating that violence. Moral energy disarms coercive power, is what he taught. Obstruction or non-cooperation, as practiced under Satyagraha, is based on the, quote, law of suffering, where the intentional endurance of suffering becomes a means towards building cooperation with an opponent in a way that is consistent with the principles of truth and justice. Truth then becomes a dialogue rather than a duel. And he remarked, "We will not submit to this injustice," he says to the British powers, "not merely because it is destroying us, but it is destroying you as well." So when Gandhi led the Salt March, in 1930 to make salt illegally, he confronted the British Empire not with weapons, but with a moral mirror, holding a mirror up. And in that mirror, the sight of ordinary Indians beaten relentlessly for collecting salt showed the world that brute force by the British Empire destroys itself in the face of Satyagraha. Millions saw the news. Time magazine declared Gandhi the 1930 Man of the Year, comparing Gandhi's march to the sea to defy Britain's salt on tax and laws against salt collection, as some New Englanders once defied the British tea tax, right? Next slide, please. Yet Gandhi knew that resistance alone could not liberate India. The world's coercive systems will not be ended without creating new, life-supporting alternatives. It is not enough, he said, to say what we are against. We must build what we are for. His constructive program, which is what he referred to, included village industries, sanitation, education, communal harmony, was the quiet half of the revolution. Obstruction confronted injustice, nonviolent obstruction, whereas construction rebuilt community. Together, they redefined revolution as regeneration, a transformation of power that was both systemic and spiritual. It's like these balls of light weaving into the fabric of time and history, a fabric of forever, right? Grounded in love. So it's, again, orange. I like that connection between the material world and the spiritual world. Is right on this. He reminded followers, quote, that the obstructive program is only part of our work. Most of our attention must be on the constructive program, he said. The ashrams were microcosms of that experiment. Communities where service, labor, and meditation formed one continuous practice of living nonviolently, grounded in love. Next slide, please. At the heart of Gandhi's vision was this audacious claim that love is not sentiment, but law. He wrote, "The law of love is a far greater science than you can learn in the laboratories. Satyagraha is as real as gravity," he believed. To live by this law requires courage, the willingness to suffer rather than inflict suffering. This is just right to the core of the heart work of grounded in love. To trust the unseen power of truth. So he said, in the march of spirit, suffering is the price of progress. Victory is not the defeat of enemies, but the expansion of conscience, expansion of empathy and regard for others. Power rooted in threat depends on fear. It thrives on fear and corrodes both the ruler and the ruled. Power rooted in love liberates both. And so drawing on then this inexhaustible reservoir of the soul, love becomes something much more than just sentiment for Gandhi. He says, the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. In that, he sounded very much like Jesus, and whom he admired greatly, by the way. But that's another story. Next slide, please. Okay, we should. Oh, we don't have audio on that.
Inside him.
One thing we have in common as individuals, as human beings, is the power to show love. The basis of nonviolence is love.
Governments have spent billions and billions of dollars getting violent science right in the past 400 years. And I think that it's time that we invest some time and energy into alternatives.
Our evolutionary mandate is to move into the peaceful cooperation, because we see now that we're destroying our own infrastructure. We're destroying the planet we depend on.
If you start from the assumption that everybody has a good core in their nature, that we're all deeply interconnected, that there is no problem which cannot be resolved to the benefit of all parties, if you start with those assumptions, and even if you don't believe them, you take them on as a hypothesis, as assumptions, and you test them, and you find out that it works.
We have to think big. Sojourner Truth didn't think small, Martin Luther King didn't, Gandhi didn't. They had big, bold ideas.
Seeing it firsthand, seeing the power of nonviolence, and feeling we really have the power to make history, to change history.
Slide. That'd be a great film to screen here, by the way.
It seems like
it's a new documentary. Can think about it. So the triumph of Satyagraha in India was not only political, and I think this is kind of the core message today. It marked a turning point in moral history of the modern era. By showing that empire could be challenged without arms, Gandhi redefined what it means to wield power. His influence rippled outward, as this video clip kind of touches. Great teachers, by the way, and influencers there. From Martin Luther King to so many others, now to millions and millions who've adopted the principles of nonviolence, had discovered that soul force could organize communities, change laws, and transform consciousness. Where modern power, coercive power, isolates, soul force rebinds us into responsibility and love. Responsibility to community, to each other, to ourselves, to the planet, in love. So Satyagraha remains not just merely a strategy for protest, but a path of spiritual evolution that transforms both individual consciousness and our collective destiny. So in our century of polarization, ecological peril, and technological domination, Gandhi's challenge feels urgent again. Worldly power is saturated with brute force, as Dr. Erica Chenoweth referred to in the film clip, spending literally trillions of dollars on how the science of violence. And Gandhi implored, let's invest in the science of nonviolence. Let's solve our problems with those forms of power. It's a whole different historical path he was envisioning and that we're bearing now and giving hopefully birth to. So in economies that compel consumption and exploitation, in security doctrines that magnify fear, in media that reward outrage, all of this is incident of brute force kind of putting a shadow over our whole collective destiny. So within this atmosphere of threat and fear, the call of Satyagraha whispers something I think all of you know: there is still peace. There is a still peace. There's a still peace in each of us, and it's still there. To hold fast to truth, to act on compassion rather than compulsion, to become instruments of peace in our daily life. This is the call. Looking back, Gandhi said, I have nothing new to teach the world. And this is a quote here. Truth and nonviolence are as old as the hills. All I have done is to try experiments in both on as vast a scale as possible. Or as I could, I'm sorry. My life is my message, he often said, because the revolution he envisioned could not be delegated. It was not a political party. It was not a call to arms. It had to be embodied. It had to be embodied. Ishwaran interpreted this legacy beautifully when he wrote, Gandhi made love a social force. I mean, that's profound when you think of the depths of that. And so I'll leave this then with this question. How is this force? How do you see soul force in your life, personally? You're in contrast to Durgraha. Durgraha being this obstinacy, this stubbornness, this coercive and threatening part. Where does soul force come in to rectify, to integrate, to reconcile in not just your life, but also the larger world? And can we apply that lens to the history we're a part of? Thank you very much. Namaste.
This is a time we can gather our gifts in not just supporting, but investing in the energy and the consciousness of this kind of spiritual community. We all give in different ways. Some of you are simple givers, which means that you have an automatic donation that we can rely on each month, and some of you may be using this little card that, when the offering comes by, just to signify that that's how you're giving, so that everybody can participate. And whatever way that your heart guides you to keep this energy growing in this movement of love and peace and soul force. That's what unity is all about. Let's affirm our offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God.
Before I sing this song, I just wanted to tell you that it is based on this quote. Our integrity sells for so little, but it is all that we really have. It is the very last inch of us, but within that inch we are free. And that is from V for Vendetta by Alan Moore. That I think Gandhi would have liked that movie. Yeah. I want to know your integrity. I want to see your truth, want to help you, set you free. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. Let us see if they align. I want to know your integrity. It is small, it is fragile, it's the very last inch of us, but within that inch we are free. It is small, it is fragile, it's the very last inch of us, but within that inch we are free. We are free. I will wade through all your fears. I am with you on this journey. Let us cry all our tears. From birth to death, let us make our nest as we grow into elderhood. I want to know your integrity. It is small, it is fragile, it's the very last inch of us, but within that inch we are free. It is small, it is fragile, it's the very last nephews. We are the authors of our lives, so let's grab our pens and begin to write our story of big love and how it defies coercion, abuse, power, misuse, and even time. It defies and it survives. It is small, it is fragile, it's the very last inch of us, but within that inch we are free. Or maybe it's big and strong, maybe it's where we all belong, in a love much bigger, bigger than all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. We are never alone, even though we all feel alone. We are never alone, even though we all feel alone. I want to know your integrity.
Too. We have geniuses here. Jesus. It's just awesome. Awesome. I think we want to also include the wonderful generosity of Bev Forster, who brings these flowers for us. And those flowers want to protest all the protestations of orange cloth. I'd also like to, as we often do, not just thank everybody in general for everybody who has participated in creating our spiritual Sunday service experience extravaganza in all the corners of this facility, but specifically point out individual teams on a given Sunday. And today, we would like to honor from our heart our invaluable PowerPoint team under the leadership, under the loving guidance of the PowerPoint team coordinator, Susie Ingalls. Are you here, Susie? Where are you? Susie's right there. Thank you. And thank you to your whole team. And if you ever have any interest in being one of the people out there creating this experience, this multimedia experience, talk to Susie if you would be somebody who might want to rotate in. You know, they just rotate in and sometimes just do it once a month, right? An individual, and it's a beautiful way to serve. And with that, let's just bless our offerings. These gifts that are flowing, this is just divine energy in form. Our sharing of divine energy to help us create this incredible community in all its functions. If you just get online and look at all that's going on here, it's amazing. So thank you, spiritual community of unity. Let's just hold in our hearts the truth that love and power and peace is flowing through us, through these gifts, to create this community and let it shine in the world. With that, we are so grateful. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Amen. Is it time to... Oh, chaplains. If you're a chaplain, would you rise? These people will gather with you, sit in prayer on this side of the sanctuary. If you feel that calling, if that still small voice within you would like to sit in prayer and have that comforting presence of a beautiful chaplain, that's what we're going to do. So now, can I move on? Ready? All right, let's rise and stretch and sing our song of peace. It was an experience today, wasn't it? And it's not over yet. Let's put our hearts into this.